this boom that we're experiencing, the infrastructure has to keep up with it. And this corridor from the RFK Bridge to Queens Plaza is in desperate need of infrastructure improvements that are going to increase traffic safety. And that's what we're here to do today, to call on the DOT to remediate this street.
On Friday, January 17th, Council member Costa Constantinides led a rally calling for traffic safety on 21st Street in Astoria, one of the major and busiest streets in this Queens neighborhood. The 21st Street corridor from Queens Plaza to 20th Avenue has been notorious for pedestrian fatalities. 7 people died over the last decade due to car accidents. Joined by activists, elected officials, community board members, and other local groups at the corner of 21st Street and 33rd Road, Councilmember Constantinides outlined the dangerous conditions pedestrians face on a daily basis due to lack of appropriate traffic measures and stressed that 21st Street is not a highway, but rather a local street, home to major senior and youth developments. The increase in youth and senior populations, combined with increased commercial and cycling traffic, creates a need for improvement of traffic flow and an awareness of pedestrian safety, Constantinides further stressed. Called for a Department of Transportation traffic study of the street to examine calming effects, countdown clocks and traffic lights for pedestrians, and flattened crosswalks with no physical impediments to crossing the street for pedestrians with disabilities or children with strollers. Nothing is more important than keeping our streets safe, and it is clear that more needs to be done on 21st Street, State Senator Michael Giannaris said, further stressing that, quote, "We cannot have a city street looking like a highway in an area filled with senior housing, schools, museums, and parks that are citywide destinations." Terming the safety conditions on 21st Street as unacceptable, Assembly member Aravella Simotas said that the Department of Transportation has repeatedly denied her requests for enhanced safety measures at this location and has yet to answer her legal demand for a report setting forth the reasoning for declining to take action. Council member Jimmy Van Bramer said that the DOT has a tremendous opportunity to prevent here a tragedy before it occurs, and that the implementation of safety improvements should be a priority for the agency. The rally was also addressed by Robert Piazza, chair of Community Board 1 Transportation Committee, and Steve Scofield, co-chair of Transportation Alternatives Queens Activist Committee. All speakers agreed that real change is required to make 21st Street safer for everyone, and they all called for better time countdown clocks for pedestrians, well-maintained crosswalks, and a traffic light to be placed on 21st Street and 33rd Road.
Well, Councilman Constantinides, a very successful rally today regarding 21st Street and the accidents that we experience here. Let me just tell you that our studio is on 21st Street, and every other day we have accidents. Twice cars crashed into our studio. I wanted to ask you, apart from trying to put a light here on 33rd Road and 21st Street, are you also planning to request to put signs with the speed limit, just to make people aware that they should not be speeding on this? This is a residential street.
Right. Well, I think we need to use every tool in our toolbox to make this street safer. From hanging signs to make sure people are aware of the traffic limitations, to getting our traffic light here on 33rd Road, to having countdown clocks on every corner on 21st Street, to flattening out our crosswalks. Everything, to daylighting certain parts of the street so that people can see the traffic coming around them. All of these tools need to be used on 21st to make us safer, because one traffic fatality is one too many. We have to make this street safer if our neighborhood grows and expands, and people should feel safe walking across the street.
Everyone is wearing the tag Vision Zero. You want to elaborate on that today?
Well, Mayor de Blasio has laid out a very firm ideology on Wednesday to make sure that one traffic fatality in New York City is one too many. We're working towards a day where there aren't any. So we want to make sure that we do make our streets safer, that we make we slow down traffic, And as our neighborhood grows, the infrastructure grows with it. That our students should feel safe going to school, that our seniors should feel safe going to get their groceries and going to their senior centers, that our residents should feel safe walking across their own neighborhood. So that's the idea behind Vision Zero, that one traffic fatality is one too many.
And in the city, it's about time that it shows some compassion, especially in neighborhoods such as Astoria and streets such as 21st Street, which is a very busy street. However, it is mainly a residential street.
Yeah, it's a residential and commercial street that is growing by leaps and bounds. So many new buildings have gone up along this area, along this street, that are residential. But we also have other businesses that are moving in. We have a beautiful boom here in Astoria. And this corridor between the RFK Bridge and the Queensboro Plaza, it's an area for sort of bringing commerce to Manhattan. I understand that. But our residents that are living here on 21st should feel safe. They should feel confident walking across the streets in their own neighborhood, that they're not taking their lives in their hands just to get milk.
And finally, what else are you working? I know it's the beginning of your term right now, but is there anything else you're working on?
Well, actually, we're hosting a coat drive with Senator Michael Giannaris, Assemblywoman Aravella Simotas, and State Assemblyman Michael Dendecker. The four of us have come together to collect coats for those in need before February 7th, so that it's been such a cold winter, a brutal winter. And for those that need coats, desperately need coats this winter. So we've put this coat drive together, the four of us, to make sure that those in need get what they need this season.
Is there a message for those watching this TV program, AKTINA TV, that you would like to send out regarding this drive? Maybe if they want to send some coats in, or... Please
feel free to come to my office. We've just opened our office at 31-09 Newtown Avenue, Suite 209. And please continue to support AKTINA. It's a great organization, and they do such great work. So please feel free to drop by our office or Senator Giannaris or Assemblywoman Simotas' office at any time to drop off coats to make sure that those in need this season, this very cold season, get the coats that they need.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you for being here.
State Senator Giannaris, a very successful rally today, and you're always on the forefront when it comes to the safety of your constituents here in Astoria. What are your thoughts about today's rally?
Well, first of all, I'm pleased we could be here with our new councilman, Costa Constantinides. He's showing great leadership already. He's only been in office 3 weeks, and he's brought us all together on an important issue. We've been complaining about this intersection and this stretch of road for many, many years. People have been hit by cars come flying by. You can see them behind us right now. And we can't even get simple things like a traffic light where we need one. We have panic is right over here with the seniors moving back and forth. And it's a matter of time before somebody else gets hit, somebody else gets killed or injured. The answers are easy. We know what they are. The city has to just come in and get it done, and that's what we're asking for today.
And another thing I was talking with Councilman Constantinides is the fact that we need signs as far as what the speed limit is, because they're using this street, which is a street, not a highway, at very high speed levels, the drivers. We have a studio on 21st Street. Twice we had people crashing in over there. So is there anything on the state level that you can do to convince the city to do something about this?
Well, what we can do is what we're doing now. It's really up to the city, and that's why the support of the councilman is so important. But we're here to lend our voices and say something needs to be done. We all represent these communities. We know what the problems are. We know how to fix them. We need to get the attention of the government to fix them, and that's what we're doing today.
What else are you working this time around?
Well, we're always working on helping the economy and creating jobs. People need to have the money they need to provide for their families. In this neighborhood especially, the property values are going up, the rents are going up, the cost of living is going up, and we have to make sure that people's wages go up with that, and that they can work a hard day and make the money that they need, just like all of our parents did. We're no strangers to hard work. We're ready to roll up our sleeves in this community and get to work, but the costs are getting so high so fast that it's becoming difficult. Seniors are being priced out of the neighborhood. So we're going to work very hard to make sure that life is affordable for the people that made this community as great as it is.
We had a surplus in the New York State budget last year. Does this mean that things are looking better?
Economically, in the state, it is looking better, a little too slowly. We'd like it to go faster, and we'd like it to go better, quicker, but it's certainly in a better place than we were 3 or 4 years ago when we had a $10 billion deficit. So we're on the right direction, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Final message for AKTINA TV viewers.
Well, it's just great to be here. You provide a tremendous service, and now we even have a Cypriot representative here with Councilman Constantinides. So we make a great team with Assemblywoman Simotas and myself, and we're really pulling in the same direction. There's a lot of communities where the representatives are always fighting and competing. Here we're very fortunate that we have a great team that works together, and we hope to achieve great things for the neighborhood.
You're the dream team.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Anna.
Well, thank you for all the good work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.